pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com novo horizonte, trancada na cela.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass me the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
He got me moving.
Ernie.
You got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, rotate, get the three.
See? Mm-hmm. Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. Man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 23, Ben McLemore. The other guard, standing 6'5", number 0, Marco Bellinelli. The other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 9, Rajon Rondo. At forward, 6'8" from Connecticut, number 8, Rudy Gay. And in the middle, 6'11" from Kentucky, number 15, DeMarcus Cousins. The head coach of your home team is George Carl. Once again, your Sacramento Kings.
The Heat are out of Miami and into an interconference game. Wow, the fans making a lot of noise here inside the arena. The Sacramento Kings are getting settled in. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Ready? It'll be the Heat off the tip. So the opening lineup for the Heat, the big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3, and it's Dragic in at the point guard position. Now here's Wade. Puts it up from 15, and he knocks down the jumper. Wade's got the first basket of the game for the Heat.
Well, you knew things were going to be different in Miami without LeBron. They slowed down their approach on offense, going from one of the more up-tempo teams to one of the slower ones last season.
Whiteside against Cousins. And McLemore kicks to Gay. 5 to shoot. Step back shot. Another shot, Cousins. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Sacramento on defense. Wade with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Wade. And for the Heat, Greg, you knew that they would be different. But, going from top to the second slowest pace, Clark, was a very drastic move.
Yeah, that is a significant change in style. Covered the second least ground in the league last season, according to player trackers. You guys can figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it was over 16 miles ran per game as a team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now here's Bosch. Goes up the baseline. Misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
For Sacramento, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Lets it fly from 18. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Whiteside, that's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Sacramento, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Rondo with it. Cousins with a screen on Dragic. The drive by Rondo. Cousins, no one around him. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Now here's Dang. Count the bucket.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Rondo passes to Cousins. And here's McLemore. Back to Cousins. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Wade. Rebound by the Kings. And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl, Greg, on their bench. As you mentioned, he's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Now here's Rondo following the miss by Chris Bosh. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Miami leading by 4, and Doris Burke spoke with George Karl. Doris?
A big factor in today's game, he said, is how they are able to handle Chris Bosh. He said often in games, Bosh is the X factor with his ability to gather rebounds and finish off chances inside. In order to keep him from dominating the fight on the glass, they'll have to match his intensity every step of the way. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Butler comes in for Ben McLemore. Anderson, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic.
And with Rudy Gay, the physical part of the game has never been a problem with him. As great a physical player as any other small forward in the league, his one drawback is he can get in his own head at times and not play to his strengths.
And no doubt a lot of players can get in their own head, like Gay does at times. He does so much on the floor, it is odd when he vanishes for stretches of the game. On pure talent, he has few peers in the league.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And the Kings making a change here. Caspy's checked in. Both free throws good from Green. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterwards.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. But, boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Here's Green after Darren Collison's bucket. The drive by Green.
Sacramento foul. Costa Cruz. That's his second personal foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
And he's good on the second. The Kings trail by 8. Feeds it to Casper. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, the scoring average right back up to 21 a game. The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
From 11 feet away, and again it's Darren Collison. Here's Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of 4s like that on draft night.
Here's Collison following the score by Miami. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Anderson has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. And it's Koufos missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And Green gets it to go.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
And that does it for the first quarter. Heat out front, leading by 8. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports.